get started. Yes. I'll also just thought. Okay, cool. Sorry. Okay, great. So, first of all, thank you so much for joining the first session of Modern Automation Playbook. One question that I have for everyone: how many of you actually went through the agenda for the day? You can just raise hands, or if you want to unmute, you can do that too.
Can you repeat
Right.
the question? Sorry, I couldn't
The question
understand.
is, how many of you, if you went through the agenda for the day? Yes, Saurav. Okay, I see a thumbs up. Thank you so much for that. Briefly, Madhul. Okay. Fejao, great. Others, Vinod has done too. Oh, okay. Now we have quite a few people showing thumbs up. So time for quiz. Okay, since you already done that. Okay, so don't worry about that. If you have not done that, that is totally fine. We will anyways cover it. But I wanted to use this opportunity to share that this is a series of virtual sessions slash webinars that we are doing. We will have 5 sessions at the same time. On a Thursday every week. I will share the link to the entire webinar series so you can go through and register for each and every session, or any session that you feel is most relevant for you. Please feel free to do that too. So here I have put the link on chat, and I will also pin it for everyone to not miss it. As I mentioned, each session needs separate registration. Maybe all sessions are not relevant for you, so you can pick and choose which one you want to join. And most importantly, please share this entire program with your colleagues, your networks, your counterparts as well, so that they can also leverage the value out of these activities. I'll quickly introduce myself first. My name is Rohit Radhakrishnan. I manage the UiPath community for APAC. I'm based out of Bangalore, India, as I mentioned on the chat. And thank you all for joining from all parts of the world. Okay, I see great participation from India, anyway, but also Taiwan, Australia. I see. Um, Also Berlin. So great diverse group is present over here. So just a quick, house rules before we begin, and I hand it over to Deepak. This, as you know, is a virtual session, but we want this to be an interactive session as well. While you will have a lot of questions, please keep the questions onto the chat. If you have, questions as and when our speaker is presenting, our support team or the speaker will look at the chat quite frequently to make sure that each of those questions are answered. Anyway, we will have a dedicated session towards the end for Q&A. So if your questions can wait, please do wait and share your questions there. Or if you have already posted your questions on the chat, we will go each and every one of them and take it towards the end. The session is recorded, and all the sessions that we do, not just this one, but any virtual sessions that we are doing, gets recorded and is uploaded on UiPath Community's YouTube channel. So in case you miss, or in case you are not able to attend any particular session, don't worry. You will get a notification over email in 48 hours with the link to the recording of the session. So any sessions on UiPath Community that you find is useful, register. If you register, you will get notification with the recording, even if you are not able to join it by any chance. Yes, let us make sure, or I hope that all of you will be continuing this learning journey, not just with this particular session, but across the sessions moving forward as well. I would encourage you to please check the pinned comment and the link. You have registered for session number 1. That's great. Please do also consider registering for the subsequent sessions, and we can make sure that you are able to join these sessions. So the speaker for today is Deepak Nanguru from FCM. He is our chapter leader for Delhi NCR, and he has come up with this amazing content over the next 5 weeks, along with some of the champion speakers and experts from his team and the community. So you can look at all the detail. It totally. You can look at all the speakers and all the details that you find on the landing page, which I have shared on the link as well. So thank you all, and Deepak, over to you. I see some message. It all depends on how good you are. Yes, absolutely. That's why I said I genuinely hope that you stick on. And yes, Deepak, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Rohit. Okay, so before we start, I'm just gonna like just how Rohit mentioned, I'm just gonna cover a bit how what topics we are gonna cover and what are we a part of. So bear with me for a few minutes. And meanwhile, I'm also interested in seeing how much experience you have in automation. Like how many years have been you are working on automation tools or specifically UiPath, how much time you have been working on. So it will just give me an idea of what audience I'm catering so that I'll continue on that way. Okay, I've start. Okay, the replies are coming. I'll continue side by side. So, hi, we are part of a Delhi NCR community for UiPath, and do join the community. We try to keep regular virtual sessions, and if you are from Delhi NCR, we try to do some in-person sessions as well. So, do join. Just go to UiPath Community Delhi NCR and join that. And Ganesh has also shared the link in the chat. Do join, and it will keep you updated whatever the new sessions we are doing. You'll get emails on that. We also have our group if you have any questions. So just a quick glance for a few seconds if you want to join. If you have any questions on UiPath, so you can just drop a message in this group. We keep it pretty professional, so we can reply you that. A whole community is there, so anybody can help you out in that. Okay, so now let's talk about this series. So this series is basically we are starting because now you must have seen by the role of agentic era, a lot of things have changed. Now a lot of new features have come in where AI is being used, and a lot of other features where AI is not specifically being used, but these features are enhancing how you do a work. For example, if you do a certain process in a way, but now with the new functionality, you can make those process that you were doing with the regular automation, regular process more dynamic, more enhanced, and more easy to do. So those kind of things we will be covering. It will cover all lot of things. It will be on UI automation. It will be on object repository insights. The reporting is pretty important. The IXP part. So a whole lot of things we will cover in this. So stay tuned for that. We have 5 sessions in total. So first one today is enhancing automation with screenplay and business rules, and next week we have another on modern UI automation with semantic selectors, object repository, and UiPath, and so on. So do register through the link which Rohit has pinned in the chat, and we'll see you there. So, just a quick intro about myself. I am Deepak. I have been working. I am working at FCM Travel, and I am the automation technical lead there. And it's been almost 4 years that I am in the automation automation community, automation doing automation work. So, hi everyone, and if you have any doubt regarding anything regarding the UiPath community, UiPath solutions, any doubt, anything, you can just reach out to me on LinkedIn, and I'll try my best to come to you. For who are asking the QR code, I'll share that again at the end, so don't worry on that. Okay, our first session. The topic today is enhancing automation with screenplay and business rules. So let's understand how the series is built. So must of you must have been seeing the agents have been there, how the agents are working. So now the agent has come for UI automation as well. So how you the normal UI automation you have been doing, now you can do that through agent as well. We'll see how it works, how units work, how unit consumption work, how you can try on that. All those things will cover. And the second topic for today is business rules. So business rules is one of the best feature that I like, which has come in a recent time. It is still under preview, but it is a really useful feature if you do a lot of conditions in your process. So that becomes really helpful. So the basic target of this series is to tell you to do the things that you are currently doing through regular automation to do in a better way. For example, you were doing UI automation, and you were creating conditions in your code as well, but now things has changed. There are new things that you can utilize and make your process more easy, more dynamic, more robust, and it will be more easy to manage also. So all those things we'll cover in this session. Moving forward, so let's just see how the journey of automation have started. So I was seeing the chat, how many experienced people are: 7, 8, 4, 2. There's a all kind of group we have, 1 year, 2 year, every kind of group we have. So let's just see how the automation has changed in years. So let's take 2018 for example, when the automation just started and we were just doing the regular RPA automations with computer vision, and by time, with few enhancements in technology, we came to know about the intelligent automation, how we can do that, the process discovery, task mining, task capture, those things came in picture. And the document understanding, it can read your documents, tell you how it is, extract the data for you, can train your model on that, and so on. A lot of things came at that era. Now in 2024, the agentic era came. First came the Gen AI, then the LLM model was there. LLM model was there, and then the UiPath trust layer for a whole lot of things. And now, after 25, the on in 2025, we got the agentic orchestration. So now it's not just creating automation; it's how you manage it, because there are a lot of things that are happening in automation. For example, if you are doing a process, it can have 10 steps, but those 10 steps can be linked in some scenarios, and you can create them independently as well. For example, if you have a process, it is going to a certain website, extracting some data, and then going to a SharePoint, and then uploading that data there, and after approval from somebody, that data needs to be sent on an email. By regular process automation, we were creating it a whole sequence, whole flow chart type of process, and it will do. Otherwise we were creating multiple processes. But now things have changed. Through Maestro, you can just navigate all those in a flow chart kind of environment, and you can just manage it through there. So it becomes easy to orchestrate things. And not only with UI automation, with agentic and UI automation, agentic, screenplay, APIs, everything you can use in that. So it becomes easy to manage things. It becomes easy to scale things on a level, certain level, because everything that we are talking about is because we want to scale our automations, because the automation that we are doing are for a certain region. But for example, if we have to scale it globally, those are kind of the things that we have to keep in mind, because there will be challenges, there will be certain different operations that uh, each country is doing in different ways. So we have to tackle that. So now the latest offering for the end-to-end orchestration also came in as UI agents, which we also call as Screenplay. So it act as an agent for you. It is a UI automation thing, but it is a agent which work for you. You just have to give the prompt and it will work for you. We'll see in detail how it works, how it is. It's just the overview how we are starting today, and what is the picture, why we are doing this series, how the automation has changed along the way from long period of time, and where it is at this point, and how we are utilizing that. So all of you must have done UI automation. So the basic pain points of UI automation is the selectors. So every time when we are doing something, selectors do fail. There are certain website in which selectors are not at all good. They are changing every now and then. Sometimes IDX is deeply rooted in areas where we can't just do something without IDX. The breakage is constant. The complex workaround we have to take. For example, if there's a pop-up, you have to click that pop-up. Either you have to pass a keyboard shortcut to do that. There are a lot of things that we have to do to go to a certain level of automation. There is a lot of issues in that. So these kind of solution can be done through Screenplay, because Screenplay thinks like a human for us. For example, if we have a download button at a top and we have to click on that, but in next update of the website they have moved the download button at the bottom, the whole selector is changed now. You can't rely on the basic selector to work. But with Screenplay, we are just telling it, click on the download button and download invoice. With that, it doesn't matter where the button is it at the top, at the bottom, right, left, wherever it is. uh, it will just do your work. So that is the basic advantage of it. You just have to tell it in a common human language, plain English, and it will be able to work for you. So you must have seen this old traditional way of doing RPA where we have all those selectors in picture, and we see that how selectors are. We have to take CSS selector in some time, and uh, they are not reliable much if the things are changing a lot. They are not reliable, but this is the new way how you can do UI automations on the right. You just have to give the prompt. For example, here I have shown an example: enter the username, enter the password, click the sign in button. If a privacy policy pop-up appears, click agree. So it is doing the steps that you have to do with activities earlier, and now it is doing with prompt. For example, earlier when we have to do username and password, we first take and type into activity for username, then a type into activity for password, then a click activity for sign in button, then a check app state to see if the pop-up appears or not, and if it appears then you have to click on I agree. But now with this one activity you are doing all those things. It reduce your time how much time you are taking to do automation, and it changes a lot. It is based on a large action model, so it works on a it just read the screen with a computer vision and make sense of it through the backend model and then work for you. How is the strategic leap forward for the automation program? So I told you like how we can do screenplay, how screenplay can work, but is it okay to use screenplay in every situation? Is it okay to uh, do a screenplay for whole lot of a bigger processes at every with replacing every activity in a click type into and everything? Is it okay to do that? The answer is no. We have to keep in mind that the automation that we are doing, the automation is being done to save money. So the screenplay also consume units, and that unit is causing you money. So you have to keep in mind, you have to use screenplay in areas where your selectors are more brittle, where it is changing a lot, so that it works for you. And you have to make a balance between the money saving and money consumed, so that the license money is not going up, and the cost saving is also not going down. So you have to make a balance in that. And with the introduction of this screenplay, there are a lot of things that will help you in the market. So for example, lower cost of ownership. For example, if we the selectors are self-filling, there will be less scenarios that will be going to the support team to fix. So the support team can work on other things, so it will reduce that ownership. Second is lower the development barrier. So think of an example where a business user who doesn't know automation at all, he doesn't know how the selector works, but he knows the process a bit. But now with this he can just type prompt and do the small processes himself. It will not be something like it he has to go to pick activities, find out selectors, fine tune them. If that is not working, find a workaround on them, pass hotkey, use inner text, inner HTML, and do whole lot of things on that. Trust me, I have done a whole lot of things on UI automation, and I can tell you where things get complicated, try this and it will work. Then the third is enable previously infeasible tasks. So there are some websites that are not feasible for automation. For example, if there is a certain old websites that are in your organization, because that are, for example, in my organization I have a website which is created inside in house, and it is not a good looking website. It is hosted on a Citrix environment. It doesn't really work good. The selectors are not really that at all good. So in that scenario, earlier we used to decline that. It is not much feasible. It will fail again and again. The cost of supporting that project will increase. Though, so then in that scenario it becomes a good opportunity, because now through computer vision it is working on that. So you don't have to worry about a lot of things on the selector area. It can handle it for you. So this is the how it is reducing the barrier, how we were used to do earlier automations and now how we are doing it. I see a lot of questions. I'll come to that at the end. I have a brief time for questions. I'll do that. Now, how you can start with the screenplay part? There are two paths how you can start. First is upgrade your existing automation. So, uh, like analyze your logs. Every process that is running in production, analyze at what point it is failing, how many times it is failing, how what is the time to support on that project, how much time the support team is taking to change that. Start doing that. Start small, like take a few activities which are failing a lot, just add it to the screenplay, then try that. it can be your starting point, and then when things go well you can just update it and more. And the second part is fresh start. You can just create a new process, and when you are creating a new process, if there is an issue, then you can just directly trick it into that and just do it. So it can start from it can there are both paths are feasible. It depends how your organization want it and how you want to work on certain areas. So, how to identify the first scenario, first automation candidates, first screenplay automation candidates? So, modernized legacy system. So, legacy system you must have seen those green screen hosted on Citrix, VDI, and remote desktop. I was just talking about that. So, those kind of things we can work on them now. So, those are the main targets. You can just try, use them, and it will work for you. I can guarantee that. I've tried few, it can work. Then the second is tame dynamics and brittle application. So some portals are something like they change the layout a lot. For example, some billing portal, the customer are changing preferences. They are changing UI from certain. They change the header. For example, you have a portal where you just go and type a username. So in that username, they just change it as a passport name, for example. But you only have to enter your name there. So in that scenario, your selector will fail because you must have add that a name into your selector. But now it can work. It will make a scenario in that it will working. So I'll show that example as well in a live demo. Then the third is accelerate citizen developer and ad hoc task. You can upskill other team members, the person who are doing business. If they have a small automation in their mind that they want to do and it can save their time, you can just upskill them, tell them that this is a activity screenplay, tell them the prompt and it will work for you. It will be easy for them to do automation task, and you can handle the more complex scenarios that you have in your automation. Okay, how to access Screenplay? So it is available in community as well. You can just go to your UiPath cloud.uipath.com and work on that. And then the second is enterprise license user. For when if you are working in your organization, it is there. You have to just add. You can just talk to your sales representative there. But I can tell you, you need a extension, Screenplay extension, and then the agentic units will be consumed. So these two things are required. Then how to get started? You can do it in Studio Desktop and Studio Web as well. There is no dependency of desktop only. You can, if you are doing automations on Studio Web, you can do that because Studio Web is great. You can even do automations on Mac. So it is great. You can try that. I have been doing that. It works really well. And the Studio version, so Studio version should be 24.10 and above. So it is the latest version. You can just upgrade and try that. And also the UI automation activity package that you are using in your project should be 25.10.5 or above. Anything above that will work. It's just the UI automation package that you have to upgrade, and everything else will work. If earlier it was in pre-release, so that was required, but now it is available for you to try and do a hands-on. And in Studio Web 2 it is simple. You just have to go there and try. There will be some governance issue things required. You can, if you can try that, it's pretty simple. But if not, you can just ping me on LinkedIn, or you can go through the UiPath documents, and it they have explained it in detail how it is. Now the we'll come to the best practices. So I am talking a bit about how things are working in uh, screenplay. So you have to keep in mind few best practices to perform a bit better, because you can either use screenplay on whole of your process, but that will consume a lot of AI units. So it has to be like you have to target the fragile automations first, the things that are failing a lot. Start with that, and then start doing other processes. Because if you are doing that process first, you are saving a lot of time of the support team and the business also, because that process is already built. You have to just add an activity with where it is failing and it is ready to move to production again. So it doesn't require a whole lot of development. If you have that kind of process, start with it. Second point is build granular focused action. So for example, if you have a process which is like 100 actions, don't go all 100 actions in one screenplay activity. Divide the process, divide certain areas which can be done through click and type into which, and other which are not cannot be done with that, keep that in screenplay and try to divide. For example, you can either have 50 actions in one screenplay activity, that will work too. But if it fails at, for example, 10th step, it will do the whole step again, and is a time wastage. It is not preferable to do that. So keep in mind, build granular and stay focused. What are you trying to achieve? What is the area that is the concerned area? And you have to keep focus on that. Third is use control agency. Mix screenplay with other automation tools. I just talk about Maestro. In Maestro or even in other process too. Mix it with traditional RPA, APIs, a whole lot of things to make it pretty reliable and dynamic, so that only the traditional RPA that we have is not being used. We are utilizing all lot of things because as you all know, like APIs are more reliable than UI automation, but in certain applications we don't have API, so we have to go to that route. But if we have that route available to us, that APIs can work, try that and just use UI automation on that certain part where it is not reliable. Then balance accuracy, cost and speed. So you have to keep in mind that the balance is must, because all the units that you are consuming is coming at a price. Your organization has the automation team to save money for them. So if you are consuming a whole lot of units to just do simple UI automation, it doesn't make sense. The money, the cost of the benefit on that, the return on investment on that is not much. So you have to keep in mind, you have to make a balance between the accuracy, the cost and the speed, because I'll not deny screenplay is bit slower than the regular automation, because it is firstly taking the whole picture and then it is being analyzed and then the LLM model is telling like where to click. So it is a bit slow, but you have to make a balance. That is the most important part. Okay, we can go to questions straight away for this, then we'll move to next topic, or we can also do a demo for this, whatever you feel. Okay, we have few questions. Okay, go on, Fijiao. Sorry, I can't
Hi.
pronounce your name.
Yeah, it's okay,
Yeah.
João. I have a question. You
Mm-hmm.
mentioned that it's only available in cloud and with version of UiPath Automation Activities
Right.
25.10.5. Are there
Yep.
lower versions of Screenplay, or this is like the minimum that you can
This
have?
is the minimum.
Okay.
Yeah, because it needs certain things to set it up. So the minimum version is this.
Okay.
Thank you. I see a lot of questions have been answered by Umesh, but if anybody has any question,
Deepak,
go ahead.
Deepak, this is Sudev.
Yep.
Actually, I have a doubt. See,
Yeah.
basically, we are using normal activities, normal UiPath activities, and modern activities also, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, as a automation developer, I never suggest this screenplay because basically, why we are
Mm-hmm.
doing the automation is like we have to finish the task, right?
Right.
At the same time, we need the return on investment, right?
Right.
So in that part, if we are looking at this screenplay automation,
Mm-hmm.
comparing to the traditional automation, see, we
Right.
have this proper support team to fix the issues if suppose anything
Right.
happen
Right.
or anything. So in such case, how the screenplay is helpful for the client, because like we have to think from the client point of view, right?
Right.
See, whenever they are, see, nowadays we know very well, they
Right.
are looking at the cost cutting and everything, right?
Right. 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 Right.
So at the same time, when I am going to my client and suggesting this particular thing, how this will be like helpful for them, they
Correct.
honestly
Correct.
they will be asked this question, right?
Got it. Got it. So
Yeah.
let's just say that you are not using Screenplay and any of your automation is at a platform where it is changing a lot. So you have a support team for that. But the frequency, how that change is being happening in the website, and it is going to support team. For example, support team takes 3 days to do that change and test it and then move it to production again. Okay. But now in this scenario, that 3 days, that process is down. It's a downtime for that process and for the organization, and support team is being utilized in this UI automation part. But if we use Screenplay, that downtime becomes zero, and also the support team can work on different complex scenarios. For example, UI automation is not complex scenarios to be handled, but if you go through multiple API flows and either coded agents, coded flow, test automation, multiple scenarios can be there. But UI automation is not that a thing that we can keep it a developer occupied for 3 days. If it can be done with a single AI unit and save developer 3 days of time, it makes the cost sense.
But still, Deepak, see, why we are
Hmm.
keeping the support team is like to stabilize the automation, right?
Right.
To stabilize the automation. At the same time,
Right.
see, there is no need for putting the cost for support team at the same time for this AI agent also, right? The screenplay
Okay.
also.
Okay.
And one more thing is like, if
Right.
you see, I'm not arguing with you. To
Right.
be
Right. Right.
honest, I'm just trying to yeah, get the clear
I
details
got your
from
point.
you.
I
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
seen that
See,
scenario, but
yeah,
yeah.
the main thing is like from the client point of view, what I'm thinking is like, see, I have a
Hmm.
support team. At the same time,
Hmm.
I need to pay for the screenplay.
Right.
How it will be like cost effective for them, and at the same
Right.
time, from the client end, if suppose support team, as you said, support team taking 3 days or something, some
Right.
time also, it
Right.
did not, I hope it did not match with the amount of this AI consuming units. And we don't know what is the consuming amount that AI unit you are saying,
It
right?
is. It
What
is
is
a
the
count.
cost
There is a
for that?
count.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
cost you have to
It,
check. The cost depends on your license, how much unit
uh-huh.
or what kind of license that you have. Cost depend on that.
Yeah.
But for one
Mm,
screenplay activity, if you can
mm.
have like 20 to 30 to 50 actions in one activity, and it will only consume 1 unit. And that too depends on the model which you are using. For example, if you are using a premium model, can be a cloud model, it will consume the whole unit. But if it is a lower version model like a Gemini mini, then it consumes also less than that, like 0.25 or zero point 0.5, depends on the model. And also, if you have your own model, for example, in your organization, you have your member, or you have a premium subscription of own model, then the unit consumption is zero. You just have to have integration, sorry, extension to enable screenplay in your cloud, and it will not consume any units.
So my question is like, if suppose the client,
Can you go a bit fast? We only have 25 minutes and we have to
yeah,
cover
yeah.
one more topic.
Sure. So the thing is like, if they want to get the license for that, they can only subscribe for the screenplay, or like they can completely they can occupy the Mastro AI everything, because like
So
that unit,
it
this unit,
the
both are different.
screenplay just need an extension. If you don't want to consume the agentic units of there, you can just have like you have unattended license. You can add a extension for that in my license, and then you can go to orchestrator admin and add your own model there, and no unit will be consumed at all.
So we could you please show us after this session how to uh, uh, put that plugin and just for a
Plugin
demo.
part, the sales team will do. Plugin can't, we can't allow that, but because plugin is something that kind of a plugin that only UiPath sales team can help you out with, that they can only enable it for your account. But after that, you can go how you have seen the AI trust layer, in that you can add your own model and then you can use that. I'll show that in a demo. Sorry guys, your questions, we'll just move to quick demo and clear this out too. I think Umesh is answering few questions, but we'll come to back. Otherwise, you can just ping me on the LinkedIn and we can do that because we have limited time today only. Okay, let me just open UiPath Studio and show you. Okay, can you see my screen? Yes. So in this, you must have seen like I only have a single activity, and in this below, I have selected the model. I have given the prompt here. I can even use variable to pass values what I am to do. But here, what I am doing is just going to the application. I'm giving. I have a Python application which I'll be using for demo. In that, I'm just typing the name, product name, and quantity, and the model which I have to use. There are a lot of models that UiPath has on their own. These will consume the agentic units. But if you enable your own model in orchestrator through AI trust layer, your model will also come here and it will not consume any unit as such. So it is free of cost units. It will, you just have to pay for the extension that you have to enable in for screenplay. Okay, let me just do a quick run on my Python flow to have that application here. Okay, here is that application. I've just given here, enter the customer name from name, product name from this variable, and quantity from here. I'll just do a debug. It is running. See, it is typing. It is going to that and it is typing. You can, it has done that. Okay. So these are the tasks. But in this scenario, for example, if this name, the customer name, changes and become passport name, for example, let me do that example too. So this is a Python flow that I was using to for that application. So I'll just update the name as passport name. Okay, name, and save it and run it again. Go back, come here, start. So this is just a basic example to tell you. You can I have another demo too, but I think we are short on time, so I'll move forward. But in calculator, I can show like if you just tell it like 10 plus 9 and give me the output in this variable, that will also work. Any kind of thing that you have in mind, that you can just have to give a better prompt and it will work. For example, here you will see I have given three commands to do it in one screenplay activity, and it will only consume a single unit. It will not consume more than one unit. You can go in detail to UiPath documents or check with me again. I can tell you how detail it works. It consumes unit, but even if the I reduce the model to, for example, this one with ChatGPT Mini, it will only consume either 0.25 or zero point 0.5 unit per activity, and you can have like up to more than 50 actions in a single activity that I've said. But I will not recommend that. It's not recommended. I would say go granular, but it is possible to do that. Okay, we'll quickly move to next topic. We are short on time and we also have a quiz at the end. So if you are listening, the quiz will help you a lot and you can get a goodies for that too. Sort of quick, go ahead.
So basically, Deepak, you mean to say the future approach should be a mix of traditional RP and agentic RP. Is it like that?
Right.
Or is it possible that in future, coming times, can we expect any RP solution to be only standalone AI agentic AI solution? Is it
It
possible?
still is. So you can go to UiPath Studio and their agents. You can still run standalone agents without any UI automation or something. And even with Screenplay too, if you want, you just have a single Screenplay activity and do whole automation with that. It is also possible right now too.
But it's possible only if the because you were telling like for screenplay or for
Right,
maestro, these new
right,
concepts they are
right,
highly licensed cost. Their cost is very
right,
high.
right,
So it depends on company to company if they are. But
right,
but in automation perspective, they want to save money. They don't want to increase the cost, right?
right.
That is a challenge.
So there are ways to do that, but the main challenge that I have faced is that the AI units will always be consumed. Either you are using any kind of solution, the units that is calling an LLM will cost money. It is no doubt in that. And the second part is how the management works. So, for example, in UiPath, if you have a Python built solution with UiPath SDK with LangChain, LangGraph, and you publish it to UiPath, that will also work. But UiPath
That is
provides you.
coded agent, na? That is
Right,
a
right, right,
coded agent approach, right?
right, right.
Okay.
That will also becomes easy. You can either there are a lot of things in market, but where UiPath differs with the market competitor is that it provides you how you manage those solutions. For example, if those solution will work as a normal process for you, an orchestrator, you have to run a simple click button to run it, and how you manage it, how the logs are, how the proper infrastructure are, because you can either use integration service, you can use API workflows, you can use Studio Web. A whole lot of things is available in that. The whole combination of things is the main thing.
But integration service, these are not agentic AI. These are intelligent
These
automation.
are
So
traditional, right? So,
intelligent. And
yep.
if we take this negative point for this screenplay, because its license cost is quite
Mhm.
huge, like so we cannot even estimate. But is there any other approach other than screenplay? Any other agentic AI approach apart from
I'm
traditional
not sure
RP?
of that. Not as of now.
Or can we use any agentic AI activities? There were agentic activities, na, for like.
See, agentic can be done in a lot of ways. You can either take
Mm,
different route. You can write code yourself and do whole lot of
mm,
things, but you have to have that knowledge too. And also the management part becomes tricky. How you are managing your agents, how you are checking those agents, how your agent is working, how your agent is interacting with other applications. Because agent must be, if you it is calling an agent for on certain data, that data must be coming from somewhere. That link of everything, that is also important. So applications will be there, but how
mhm.
whole things are being linked together, that is a challenge.
You want to say the overall integration, AI
Right.
agent integration with UiPath. And second, the last point is, can we have N8 and
Quick, please.
there
We
is
have
one tool,
only
na?
15
Yeah, yeah,
minutes. We
last
are
point,
very
last few
late.
seconds. There is N8N na, for the tool we use for developing the AI agents. Can we integrate that with UiPath Studio?
I haven't tried. Haven't tried.
N8N, N8N,
I,
that.
I have heard the product, but I haven't tried
Uh,
linking anything.
okay, that is used for developing agents,
Right, right, right.
not
I
only
know.
for
I haven't
RPA.
tried LinkedIn.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay, okay,
Thank
Deepak,
you.
we will
Thank
try
you.
figure out other approach. Thanks
Okay.
for your time.
Thank you. Now the second part is to use the business rules which we have. So all of you must have been done automation like 8 years, 10 years, 5 years. So in that, how many of you have faced a scenario where there are a lot of conditions to check? For example, if a insurance has to be claimed, then first age category, then what is the reason? There is a lot of if conditions. How many of you have seen that scenarios? Nested ifs are going in and out, and then if you are using flow chart, there are a big flow chart is happening. It becomes complicated a day by day. Those kind of scenarios. How many of you have seen that? Okay, I'm seeing, okay, always a lot of thumbs up. Okay, so by this approach, you can try to optimize them and keep it dynamic also. If I say that those all conditions will satisfy, and you can even make it dynamic in a way. For example, today the age for insurance claim is, for example, 20. Tomorrow you want to make it 30, but you don't have to go to code or anything. Like, this is only one condition. I'm saying 10 conditions have changed at a time, and it will change drastically the output that it is coming. So that kind of condition can also happen, and you don't even have to go to code. That's the best part. You can just manage all that through orchestrator. Let's go ahead in this. So you must have heard of DMN files. So how you create flow charts, you must have seen that flow charts being created. So that approach we will utilize in this and will make your code more dynamic. So the DNM files, what are business rules actually? So the logic that you are using in your code, we are separating that logic from automation workflow and keeping it at a certain level in orchestrator. And through that, the changes, whatever change you made, will go to studio on a live scenario. For example, it is running on first transaction right now, and the conditions are, for example, A, B, and C. But after first transaction is done, you want to change the conditions on the live go. You can just update those file, and on the second run, it will run with the updated data. ABC is not working now, BCD is working because that you have updated. So it is that fast. It empowers you to do a lot of things. It is on DNM standards. So decision making notations is really consistent. So whole lot of things. How we are unlocking dynamic decision with this. So I told you, like, if we have those changes in the place and we just did it on orchestrator, how will it matters? How will it make the work dynamic for you? It makes your work more agile. If we have the capability to make changes on the go and things are happening on the go, changes are on the orchestrator, don't have to go to studio to make change or even in the config file to make change. It is agile. It quickly adopting the changes that we have, because a lot of changes will come daily and it will change. Second is centralized control. The code is not the centralized repository now. Orchestrator, where all of your things are being managed, that is your central repository now. All the logic is being stored there, not in code. Code is just, after that you have the logic clear, code is just executing the scenario after that, but the logic part is all on the orchestrator. Then business user empowerment. Now you are empowering non-technical team to update rules as well, because let's just say the business people know the rules, we don't know the rules, we are developer. So they just update, tell you the rules on document, then you make changes in your code and then it go live. But now they can just update the code in DNM files, they can upload it, and it is working. No need for things to come in between. Why use business rules? I think we have covered that a lot. I'll skip that slide. We are short on time. We have to do demo for this as well. How business rules work in UiPath Automation Cloud. So you upload file on UiPath Orchestrator, the DNM file. Then the robot evaluate that file, and you use that file in your code to get the outputs. Whatever output you have, you can use that. And DNM file contains lot of scenarios. Whatever scenario that you can even think of, it can have all of those. Now creating step by how do we create a business rule. So this is just a slide. We'll cover the demo part as well. We prepare the decision logic in the DNM file. We upload the DNM file to orchestrator, then the version. You can also manage version in that too, so that is also there. Managing business rule effortlessly, how we can manage those. Version tracking is there. You can monitor what version is working right now. If you have to roll back to a version, if you have to create a new version, you can download and review the DNM file at any time. You can review if those changes are correct or not. You can just update it again. Action menu, more action for history for DNM files. These are the basic features. Integration with UiPath Studio and robots. So it interacts with UiPath Studio to evaluate business rules with the activity that business evaluate business rule activity, and we'll show that. I'll show that too. It pass the input data. You have the input data in orchestrator, and it is passing that to your studio to run on that. Now other part is receive output. You just have to receive output. So whatever condition, it will even not take time. For example, if there are 50 conditions to be checked in a certain transaction, it will only take few sec few second is more like milliseconds to check what condition is matching to this. So it is that fast too. There are multiple use cases for this. The industry where the data manipulation is really heavy, that for example financial services, loan approval criteria and something, insurance, automated claim discussion, retail, dynamic pricing and discount. In those scenarios it really makes sense, because and there can be even more like in a travel industry where I have seen where I am working right now. I've seen a lot of scenario where the scenarios are changing a lot, and you have to maintain them and keep the automations running up to that standards. There are questions, we'll take that, but let's just see how the portal looks. Let me just open UiPath Studio. Okay. So we are on cloud.uipath.com. So on that, you go to your folder, and in that, just on the right of the asset, we have something called business rules. You have to go there. It is still in preview, but it will be it bases on dip testing how it is happening. It will come to public use. So here you can just upload DNM files. So let's just create a small DNM file. Let me hide this.
Deepak, what are DNM files?
Okay. So have you ever heard of this tool, BPNM? Have you ever created flowcharts? So flowchart in, for example, in flowcharts we are using the conditions, store conditions, and then use that into files. So just go to any website which create DNM files. In that you can either create the normal BPNM flow that we used to have, like the flowcharts. Either in Maestro we also use the same concept of BPMM, and then the other thing is DNM viewer and DNM viewer. So I'm short on time. I'm running a bit fast, but I'll come to questions also. So let's just
Oh yeah,
create
hi
one.
Deepak. It is same as that solution document we are creating in our
No,
process.
no. It is different. So the flow chart that you have in your solution document is the BPNM, but the DNM file is where you have the logics, how the logic is working. For example, if you have a condition that the process start and it checks like these 20 conditions, you have to give that to your developer, like these 20 conditions are there, and then it will do
Same we
this
have
certain
done
scenario.
in the solution document. We have made it like that. I will share this to the
Okay,
developer.
great then. If that is the scenario, that it is really easy for you. I was not doing that in my SDDs. So it is the scenario. In that we have a decision table. We can just have an input first. This input will be linked to this decision table. And in that decision table, we have this kind of table which we have to update to make the logics. For example, hit policy on unique, first priority, collect some, whatever condition that you want to do, you can do through this. And you can even add more than one input, and input can be of any type: string, boolean, number, date, time, anything. Those inputs after those input, like for example, I have a pre-built one already ready to show you this. In this, I have to take the unique values only. There should be no duplicate, and I can either have the first one, and in this the input is the product that we are using. Either it is UiPath, Screenplay, coded agents, and I'm just checking the status if I have to work on that or not. So for example, UiPath, I have worked on that. Screenplay, I have worked on that. Coded agents, I have not worked on that. So in this scenario, if the studio, we have the condition to check for UiPath, what to do, it will just give you the output. And this is just a simple scenario. For example, if there are 3 or 4 conditions more, like uh, tool as UiPath, input as UiPath, and in UiPath also we can add a condition here as number of experience. This can also be an HR thing. If they have the category that you have and the number of experience is above that certain level which you want, and it can work for you. Now other thing can be hmm, expected CTC. Okay, uh, do mind this. So we can have any value here. Currently it is string, number of experience, let's make it number, and expected CTC, we can keep it as number also. And whatever condition, for example, in UiPath, I need a person who is experience is this, and expected CTC, I'm just typing random number. Okay, and this condition matches, then it is a yes, and if any of those condition doesn't match, it is a no. So those kind of logic, anything that you can keep in there. I have a complex logic too. In this we have 4 input categories, and in this this is a flight scenario. So for example, if a user, what is the user status? Is it a VIP customer? Is it a regular customer? What is his engagement score? I have added conditions here, and is he under 18 or not, true or false. I made it as boolean. Now the student, is it a student or not, true, false. And with this condition, I'm making the output conditions here, like if the customer is VIP and the engagement status is equal to and less than this, and is not a student or under 18, then he is eligible for a flight upgrade. And same scenario, false, if anything is not present here, he is not upgrade for false. It's not upgrade for not eligible for upgrade. And same scenario, we can change whatever scenario we want, and we can just, then we have to just download this file, save it, go to orchestrator. I've already uploaded it here, but you can just add business rule here, create a new business rule, give it a name, upload the file here, and just add. Now your file is created. Whatever file you can also maintain versions in that. For example, if I go here and edit it and I want to add the certain different file here, you can also manage versions here. So you can see what version it's running right on, what is the version that the business had shared with us, so that it's easy to maintain. Let's jump to studio quickly to see it in running as well. So this is the activity, evaluate business rules. In this, you have to just enable which folder you are in of orchestrator. For example, here I was in my shared folder. So I'll keep the shared folder here, and which business rule, all of your business rule will show here. You have to just select which business rule it is. And here we are all the arguments. So for now, in this scenario, if you'll notice, I have 4 input, but I can either have one input also and have all those input inside that as a dictionary or an object too, so that there is a one variable, and in that with the dictionary you are passing all those values to take it as an input. So but now I have 4 input to not confuse you guys in the first time. So I have added values here. These are all in argument. This is the output we will get. The user status is VIP, engagement score is 20, is under 18, yes, and is a student, then it is a false. And I'll just run it. Okay, it has done. Let's see what argument was the output one. Output boolean. Okay, so let's see, output boolean is false. So it means the input that we have doesn't match the conditions that we want to do, because in our DNM file we have make it as it is not matching the condition for a true, so it is false. So it gives you the condition without any nested ifs, nested loops, or even the complex flow chart which are going round and round in your workflows, and it becomes easy, difficult to manage them at a time when the logic become too typical, and it is running all on orchestrator. Even when now if I'll go there and change the DNM file version, it will still work, but with the latest version that I have published. It works really fast and it works on the live environment, live data at the same time. Okay, this was the basic things to show. Now I'll take one question, then we'll move to the quiz. We have a quiz which we have to cover.
Yeah,
So,
Deepak,
yeah,
actually, we have to use that activity to receive the
right,
BPNN file, right?
right,
Otherwise,
right.
it will not work
No,
as
no,
we
no.
expected.
The
At the same
evaluate
time, the
activity,
screenplay
evaluate
also.
business rules activity is required.
Okay, for screenplay also, screenplay activity needs to be used.
Right, right, right,
So from here, we will send, so that activity will receive and perform the action.
right,
That's
right,
how
right.
it is.
And yep, correct. Business rule will not consume any additional cost. It is already in your plan.
Deepak, where we can store this file, MNP file,
Uh, in the
the
orchestrator,
orchestra,
right? On
and
the let me show you again. In orchestrator, if you go to your cloud.uipart.com and the folder which you want to work on. So example, this is the screen that you must be seeing. On the right of assets, you must will see a connection
okay,
rules, and here you have to upload that file.
okay, thanks.
Deepak,
But
does
Yeah.
it cost for money, or like how it's
Now,
like if we are buying the orchestrator, this will be automatically
yep.
come with us?
Right, right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. If you have any other questions, you can just post it to me on LinkedIn or in chat. I'll try to answer, but for time sensitivity, let's just move forward. Okay, so this was the first session of the series, and we have upcoming session two next Thursday. And this will cover how the modern UI automation works. In that, we have a new capability called semantic selectors. We'll cover that too, how it is, how what it does, how we can utilize object repository to perform functions better using in libraries or whatever things, and how we can utilize object repository with UiPath Autopilot. We'll cover that too, and so on next session integration service and things, so we'll cover that. Do register for that, the link is in the chat. Then we have the quiz. Scan this QR code, guys. We'll do the quick round of quiz, and whoever is the winner, you just have to send me the screenshot of your screen where it shows that you have won on LinkedIn. Will send you the voucher. Let me go to the portal too. Okay, I can see 41 people here. Join fast, guys. Agreed, Nitu. 1 hour is not enough, but we'll try to bring another session separately if that works, or you can either reach out to us and we'll guide you to learn on that. The recording you will get on YouTube. You'll get receive the link on your email, and you'll do that. Okay, we only have 69 people joining. We have 100 here. Is anybody joining, or should we just start? Can I have a one-on-one session? I'll try, but it's tricky to have a one-on-one session to arrange things for that. But we can try. Okay, 71. Okay, I think we can move forward. Okay, guys, we are starting. And the fastest finger first wins the answer. These are multiple choice question. Fastest finger first will win. So do keep in mind that time is of essence here. Are you guys ready? 63. We had 70. Where are those remaining? Okay. What is the primary purpose of business rules in UiPath Orchestrator? Answer fast, guys. Ah, 53% people have got the right answer. Great. Let's see the leaderboard now. Who is at top? Robin. Okay, let's go. Second question, guys. Are you ready? Business rules in Orchestrator are mainly designed to be 52. 52 correct answer. So I think that I have taught you guys correct then. Okay, let's see the leaderboard now. Who's the who's at top right now? Karan. Great. Next question, guys. Which of the following best describes a rule set? You have to think a bit. 59%. Great. Let's see who's at leaderboard now. I think Karan is still. Karan. Great. Who can typically manage or update business rules? Only robot user, only studio developers, authorized business or technical users, or only orchestrator admins? 58 correct answers. Karan still. Wow, Karan. Keep up. Okay, fifth question, guys. What happens when a business rule is updated? Automation must be republished, robot must be reinstalled, changes apply immediately to execution, orchestrator restarts. 46. Automation must be republished. No, guys, it works at the same time. No need for publishing the process again. Again, Karan on first. Okay, sixth question. Which orchestrator component uses business rule during execution? Be smart, guys. 50. Okay, robots and jobs. Karan and Imran. The competition is between you guys. Oh, Pavitra was the fastest. Seventh question. Here we go. What is screenplay in UiPath? A testing framework, a UI automation recorder, a UI agent approach using AI, a logging mechanism. 50 people, right? Who's at leaderboard now? Imran. Oh, tough competition. Okay, eighth question. Screenplay primarily helps with backend API, static selector, dynamic and changing UI, database automation. 59. Okay. Ah, Karan, one question left if you have to come back. Or ninth and 10, two questions left. Screenplay uses AI mainly to replace robot, improve selector reliability, generate workflow, monitor performance. 61. Tough, tough. Last question. Let's see who wins. Compared to traditional UI automation, Screenplay focuses more on XPath accuracy, business rules, user intent and UI understanding, and screen resolution. 54 people. Great. Let's see who's the winner now. Dynamics have changed. Yashwant, congratulations, you are the winner. Just share your screenshot with me on LinkedIn. We'll get you the voucher, your screenshot and your email, and we'll get you the voucher. Okay, thank you guys. If you have any question, I'll be there for a few minutes. If you wanna ask, I'll be there.
Thanks, Deepak, for wonderful
Thank you,
session.
thank you,
Thank
thanks a
you.
lot. Thank you,
Thanks, everyone.
Hello.
thank you. Yeah.
Yes, Deepak. So actually, I really enjoyed the session, and I'm highly
Mhm.
interested in, deploying it or using it in my job or professional space. So how
Great.
can I, get to know it? How can I learn it? Or how can I,
You can go to
proceed?
either UiPath Academy and UiPath
Mm-hmm.
documents. You can find everything there. I've also learned from those areas.
So because to be honest, I'm working in finance, and I would like to integrate it integrate in with finance.
Okay,
So
got
what do
it,
you
got it.
recommend? Mm.
The screenplay or the business rules?
Automation, the latest thing that UiPath has invented, if I should
Uh-huh,
say,
uh-huh.
and the one you had in the session, that's
Right.
really interesting. So,
Okay. Uh, there are a lot of things coming, the agent and everything. There are a lot. So I would just say be active in the community. There are a lot of sessions happening, not just Delhi NCR, in a lot of communities like the Bangalore community, Pune community, Hyderabad
I'm from
community.
Hyderabad, by the way.
Okay. So a lot of sessions are happening. Just join the community. You'll get the link every time there is a session, and you can just
Mhm.
go ahead.
Okay. Anything specific course or program that you are aware of on
I
the
would say go to
UiPath
UiPath community, UiPath Academy. There you can start
Academy?
with
Huh?
basic agents, and there you can see all those things. Nothing for the
Acha.
second place quiz. Sorry, man. Try again next Thursday. And I'll just stop the recording, and we can continue the questions if you guys have. I'll stop the recording.